welcome back to Women, Wealth, and What Matters. I'm Tracy Burns, Vice President of Women and Investing at Lebenthal Global Advisors, proudly independent financial advisor, certified divorce financial analyst, and someone who believes that understanding your money is one of the most empowering things you could do for yourself. All right, so we created this podcast because for way too long, women have been left out of the financial conversation. Money discussions often happened around us, but not with us. And unfortunately, when women do enter the conversation, it's often after a major life event, a divorce, the loss of a spouse, selling a business, or even inheriting some wealth. But financial confidence shouldn't begin during a crisis. Quite frankly, nothing should begin during a crisis. It should begin much earlier. So the goal of this podcast is it's very simple. Make sure women feel informed, confident, comfortable talking about money. So as always, you're going to learn 5 things today, then you're going to move the heck on with your day because we all have way too much stuff going on these days. My role as an advisor is to help clients build thoughtful financial plans and make smart decisions based on what actually serves them. So before we get into today's topics, though, please go back and listen to some of our older podcasts. I'm actually pretty proud of them. Most recently, we did one on how to stay calm when there's noise in the market, which is a complete understatement these days. Like, you need earplugs, there's so much noise. So listen to it, take a breath, it's gonna be okay. All right, today, I know you're gonna shoot me. We're gonna talk about taxes, but we're not gonna talk about taxes the way you think. Do not poke your eyes out when I say that word. We're not gonna talk about deductions or forms or any of the stuff. We're gonna talk about using your tax return as something to help you. Your tax return is trying to tell you something. It's like a little kid. You got to take a minute to listen to it. This is what we're talking about today. I want you to listen to your tax return. I know, sounds ridiculous, but most people, sadly, especially women, completely miss this conversation. They file, they exhale, they're like, praise Jesus, I don't have to worry about that anymore. God willing, I'm getting some money back so I could go on vacation, and then they move on. And I get it. Tax season feels like something you just want to get over with. But here's the problem. When you treat your tax return like paperwork, you miss the big strategy piece of it. Because this thing is a treasure trove of information. Whether you filed already or you're about to, you are looking at one of the clearest snapshots of your financial life that you're going to see all year. And you're head down in it right now. So pay attention. It's not just the numbers, it's a story. It tells you how you earn, how you invest, sadly, how you spend, and how you plan or don't. So here's where I see with women. This happens all the time. You're involved, you sign it, and then you're like, whew, get it out of my face. Maybe someone else handled it. Maybe you had an accountant help you who did all this stuff, and you're like, just let's get this over with. No judgment. I get that. Life is busy. But if you don't understand it, you're missing the power. You're missing your power. There's still time to act on this thing too. You have before April 15th. We are the end of March right now, 2026. So today we're going to walk through your return. 5 things your tax return is telling you and what they actually mean and what you could actually do about it. I promise it's not going to be painful. No numbers. Okay, number 1, the first thing it's telling you is how you make your money. Your tax return shows where your income comes from. And I want you to actually think about this. Don't assume. We all saw The Odd Couple. At least I'm old enough to remember The Odd Couple, right? You make an ass out of you and me. Anyway, we don't assume. So, is it salary? Is it bonus? Is it business income? Is it investments? Where's your money coming from? Because different income means different risk. If most of your income comes from one place, let's just say your job, because that's for most of us, your job. That's concentration risk on some level. What happens if you lose it? What happens if you hate it one day and you can't go back? What's plan B? We've talked about having an emergency fund before, a pivot fund. Do you have that? It's much like having your whole investment account in one stock. That's concentration risk as well. You don't want that either. So use this to look at it. Where is all the money coming from? A lot of women, unfortunately, don't fully see this until something changes, right? Divorce, the job shift, like we just mentioned. Life happens, sadly, death. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh my God, I'm completely reliant on this one thing. We want to diversify. This is the beauty of the gig economy. You can go out and have side hustles and all these things to support what you got going on the day-to-day. You need a backup plan. So what do? Let's write it down. Let's make a list of income sources and then ask, am I too dependent on one? That question alone could change how you plan. Just stuff to think about. Can you get some income out of your investments if something happens? And again, do you have that side hustle that maybe could help if something goes wrong? And as I mentioned, that dreaded emergency fund, nobody wants to say that word. Let's call it a pivot fund. I think that sounds more empowering. Okay. Number two, the second thing your tax return is telling you is that your investments might not be as tax smart as you would like them to be. Why? You might have a ton of capital gains, dividends, interest. Look, and that's me too. I have clients calling me about this stuff too. Find out why. Were there logical decisions made, reasons that capital gains were generated, interest and dividends? Should maybe the stuff that's generating interest and dividends be put in a tax deferred account so you don't have to pay tax on that stuff right now until you retire? This is an opportunity to ask some questions. Go to your financial advisor. Ask me, call me. I will tell you the questions to ask your advisor. Reach out, ask some questions, get smart. If your dividend and interest-bearing investments are outside of retirement accounts, ask the question, can we move them in without hurting us tax-wise? It's worth the question. Investments are not always positioned efficiently. Sometimes advisors in particular want to just get you in the stuff that gets you the most money. But does it help you on the tax side? Ask those questions. Tax-heavy assets and taxable accounts might not be the best idea. There's like no coordination there. So talk to your advisor. Accountants and advisors should always talk. I always get on the phone with my clients' accountants. We should all be on the same page. So ask your advisor. Taxable versus retirement, that's very different. Does it make sense? Finally, ask about the fees. Fees eat into your returns. You're paying tax on your gains, but then you're also paying fees. Do you have any money left? Ask these questions. I know my phone's going to be ringing off the hook now if clients are watching this. I am prepared. I have answers for you. Understand it. That's it. I want everyone to understand what they're doing. Okay, the third thing your return may be saying to you is you are overpaying the IRS. This makes my skin crawl. This is nails on a chalkboard to me that everyone wants a big refund. No, you don't. You want a net zero because that means the IRS had your money all year when you didn't. And I guarantee you they are not investing it the way they should be, the way you would be. They are making money on it and they're keeping it. I hate this. I would rather eat my own toenails than overpay the IRS. My return this year, I'm down to like an $800 difference and I'm angry about the $800. They shouldn't even have my $800. Okay, ask, optimize. If you're not optimizing, march yourself down to HR. If you're getting a big refund, they're taking too much of your money. You should be living off more of it. And if not, the extra that you're giving to the IRS, why not invest it? Why not do something better with that? If you owe a lot, that's a different story too. Again, figure out your W-4. Go talk to HR. If you are independent, figure out your estimates. Pay a little bit more, pay a little bit less. Do not overpay the IRS. Please do not. Planning doesn't happen in December. It happens now. So you have this return. You're looking at it. You're like, dang, I got a big refund. Okay, maybe I'm going to go on a little trip, but I don't want to do that next year because the IRS should not benefit from you and your hard-earned work. The fourth thing, your system may or may not be working. And by system, I mean tax season. How does it feel? Is it a friggin' fire drill to get your stuff? Were you organized? Do you have all the backup you need? Especially my 1099 girls. Especially those of you that have small businesses, and I'm right there with you. I am 1099. Keeping track of all your expenses makes a world of difference. Everything. Did you drive to a client? Tolls, gas, all the things. You need to keep track. If your system did not have all the information you needed this year, we got to rejigger it. It's not hard. There's enough apps and stuff out there to figure this out. Find something you like. It's not the tax system. It's your system. You know what you need now for your tax return next year. Make your system better so that come next year, whoosh, it's an automatic thing. Organize, simplify, know where things are. As I always say, clarity creates confidence. I've said this 1,000 times. I will say it 1,000 more. Good, bad, or indifferent. Get some clarity. It's a starting point, if nothing else. That's it. I just want you to know where you're at. If you say my system sucks, then you have room to grow. If you're like, I rocked tax season, got my person everything, or was able to pop it all into the tax software, You rock, you're good, system in place. Congratulations. Just analyze it. That's it. And finally, because we are at the end of March, you still have some time to act for this year's tax return. And your tax return also is screaming at you if you didn't do particular things, like fund a 2025 IRA, traditional or Roth. I don't even care. Did you do it? Did you do it? Your retirement will thank you either way. Again, adjust those withholdings or make some estimates going forward. You can figure this out right now. As I said before, if you're getting a refund or a bill, let's figure that out and try to find that net zero. You do not want these people managing your money. Come on. They can't even figure out how to find the bathroom at the Internal Revenue Service, and you want them to have your money all year long? That's crazy. Also, look at your cash. It should be working. It should be working for you. Your emergency fund. Make sure it's working. It's not under your mattress. That's it. This is what you're going to do with this tax return this year. You're not going to hate it. You're not going to scream. You're not going to say, get this the heck out of my face till next year, because that's what everyone generally says. No. You're going to say, look at this. I can learn, grow, and empower myself with this thing. Don't be overwhelmed. Call me. I'll walk you through it, and I'll walk you off the ledge like I always do. Take your time, but just do this. Do one thing. I always say one thing, one action. Not 10, just one. Momentum matters. You do one thing next week. Just do something to make your life better for next year. And again, please, do not overpay the IRS. All right, don't just file and forget. Pause, look at what your tax return is telling you. This is not annoying paperwork just for the IRS. It's really not. It's insight for you. And you're the one that should benefit from this, not the IRS. So now if you're thinking, I probably should do something before April 15th, you probably should. So do it. Even one smart move will make a world of difference. That's what matters. Start small, start now. This is where the real financial progress begins. Baby steps. I love it. I love it. You're going to be like the person who can actually know her way around a tax return. That's impressive to me. And by the way, sidebar, I think everyone should try to do their own tax return at least once in their lifetime. It's an important exercise. And you understand the process, and then you really understand what your system needs to get that return done. All right, as always, thanks for joining another episode of Women, Wealth, and What Matters. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, Apple Podcasts. Of course, you could always reach me at tracyburnswealth.com or at Tracy Burns on LinkedIn, Tracy Burns Wealth on Instagram. I don't know, all the handles. You find me. I'm easy. I'm so easy. And of course, if you enjoyed this episode, please share it with somebody else. Please share it with another woman who wants to feel confident about her financial future. Remember, clarity beats noise every time. Good, bad, or indifferent. Clarity is the most important thing you could have in your financial life. So remove the noise. Good luck with tax season. I'm here if you need me. See you soon. Lebenthal Financial Services, Inc. is a FINRA registered broker-dealer. The content of this podcast is intended for informational purposes only and is not intended to be investment advice. The views expressed in this podcast are subject to change based on market and other conditions. Information about the qualifications and business practices of Lebenthal Global Advisors, LLC is available on the SEC's website at www.advisorinfo.sec.gov. Information about the qualifications and business practices of Lebenthal Financial Services, Inc. and its representatives can be found on FINRA's BrokerCheck website, which is brokercheck.finra.org.